This lesson, I will explain to you the 4 core agile values. So here are the 4 values, and you have to read it very carefully. There might be one question related to agile values in the PMP exam. So first of all, I will explain to you, this is called, from here to here is the left side of the agile value, and then over processes and tool, these are the right side of the agile values. We have to give more focus on the left side compared to right side. Left side of the agile values represents the agile values, while the right side focuses on the predictive or the waterfall values. So first value is individuals and interactions over processes and tools. Second is working software over comprehensive documentation. What is the meaning of this? I will explain to you in the next slide. Here just I have written for you. Third is customer collaboration over contract negotiation, and the fourth is responding to change over following a plan. I will highly recommend that you have to read and understand these values, because sometimes the question might come just like this: individuals and interactions over comprehensive documentation, over contract negotiation, over following a plan. So if you know very well that the right side of the first value is processes and tool, then you have to select this one, right? So okay, and here are the some keywords with example and explanation of these 4 values. The first value says individual and interactions over processes and tools. Even in the exam, the question comes and the keyword is meet and resolve issue. It means they are talking about the first agile value, that is individuals and interactions over processes and tools. What does it mean? Here I have written some explanation that if there is some issue in the team, so normally we have to communicate, we have to collaborate with the people in order to resolve that issue, because customer satisfaction is the priority in agile, that we have to satisfy our customers. So what is the example? Sometimes it happen that a development team notices a misunderstanding about a feature. Suppose there is one feature they have to add there in their software, but they are unsure. The different team members have different opinion. So instead of exchanging long emails threads, the developers, designer and product owner have a 15-minute discussion and resolve it immediately. That 15-minute discussion is known as daily scrum. What is daily scrum? I have a complete playlist on the scrum, but I will explain to you later on as well. Daily scrum is the 15 minutes meeting daily they have to do in the beginning of the day. What they discuss in the daily scrum, they discuss what they have to do today. There are 3 important points they have to discuss. One is what they are going to plan today, what they did yesterday, if there were any issue or impediments in achieving the objectives of the organization of the project as well. So I hope this first agile value is clear. Second is working software over comprehensive documentation. Documentation is still valuable, but in agile now we have to give more focus on working software compared to documentation. Delivering functional software provides more value than creating extensive documentation before development. Documentation, see, the I have written here, documentation is still valuable, but working software is the main objective. Instead of spending weeks writing a detailed documentation, the team releases a working logins feature after 2 or 4 weeks and improve it based on the customer or the user feedback. Third is customer collaboration over contract negotiation. The keyword, if the question comes in the exam, so you have to see if these keywords are there. It means they are talking about the customer collaboration over contract negotiation. Request a change, regular product demonstration with stakeholder feedback. Right now, what does it mean? Customer collaboration, again I will say that customer satisfaction is the priority in agile, so we have to collaborate or we have to communicate with our stakeholders, with our customers on a regular basis. When we will complete one part of the product or the project, then we have to demonstrate to the customers, and the customers will give us feedback. On the basis of their feedback, we have to improve the product. So regular collaboration with customers help ensure ensure the product meets their needs rather than relying only on the initial contract. So it is important that we have to include our customers. So here is the example. During development, a customer requests a dashboard improvement after seeing an early version. Here you will just make the prototype and show to your audience or your customer. They have requested to change on the dashboard. So whatever the change will come, first you have to evaluate the change and check whether that change will add value to our product. The team discusses the change and incorporates it into future sprint because it provides more value. Product backlog refinement, right? It is called. If in the predictive life cycle, if there will be some change request, so we have to follow the change control process. But in the agile, what happens if the customer is asking for the change and you think that the change will add value, then you have to add that requirement in the product backlog. Responding to change over following a plan, the keyword is competitor releases. If you will see the word competitor releases, it means they are talking about the fourth agile value, that is responding to change over following a plan. Okay, here is the explanation. Plans are useful, but in agile, teams adapt when requirements, technology, or market condition change. What does it mean? Here is a simple example. Suppose a competitor releases a new feature that customers like. So, definitely, if the competitor releases the product, he will take the market share. The product team adjusts its roadmap to prioritize a similar capability. I mean, they should not always stick to the following whatever the plan was. They have to change their plan according to the situation in order to compete in the market. So I hope the four agile values are clear. Here is a simple example placing all four values together. First is individual and interaction. What is the example? Imagine a team building an online food ordering app for ABC company. This is your job, right? Individual and interactions. Developers, testers, and designers meet daily to resolve the issue. Keyword of individual and interaction over processes and tools. The keyword is resolve the issue. So it means if this word will be in the exam, you have to select the first, individual and interactions over processes and tools. I will repeat two or three times. In this way, you will learn more. Working software. They release a simple ordering feature first or the prototype first. On the basis of their feedback, they will improve, right? Instead of waiting until every feature is complete. Customer collaboration. Restaurant owners test early version and propose improvement to the menu management interface. The third is responding to change over following a plan. So responding to change, the team adds contactless delivery choices when customer request increases, even though it was not in the original plan. So here you can change the roadmap. If everything is clear, now I will highly recommend you can pause the video. There are few questions. You can read the question first, try to select the best choice, and then you can compare with my answer. So first is, which agile value emphasizes that documentation should support development rather than become its primary goal? See, documentation is still valuable, but the primary goal is working software. So which one is the correct answer? Customer collaboration over contract negotiation, right? No, this is not the best choice. Working software over comprehensive documentation. Documentation is, see here, emphasizes that documentation should support, means still valuable, rather than become its primary goal. Our primary goal is working software, so this is the best choice. Responding to change over following a plan. No. Individual and interaction. Individual and interaction, if you will see the word resolving the issue or any solving the problem, then you have to select this. So B is the best answer, and I have written some explanation. Documentation is valuable, but working software delivers actual business value. Second question is, our development team spends weeks perfecting documentation, right? They are spending too much time in documentation while the product remains unusable. Which agile value is being neglected? Again, the same answer, working software over comprehensive. This one we are neglecting because in agile we have to work on working software. Focus should be on the left side of the values compared to right side. So this is the best answer. You can read the three. These are not the correct answer. Okay, Question number 3 is which scenario best demonstrates individual and interactions over processes and tools? Right? Okay, ABCD. Team members resolving issues through direct discussion. As I told you, that resolving issue, if something is related to issue, it means they are talking about individual and interaction, because we have to communicate, we have to collaborate with the stakeholders in order to resolve the issue. Following every step of mandatory workflow, no. Using advanced project management software, writing extensive process manual, no. The first one is the correct answer. Okay, question number 4. During development, a customer requests an important feature that was not in the original agreement. According to the agile value, the team should primarily focus on, right? They want to add customer request an important feature. So collaborating with the customer to evaluate the change, strictly following the sign, no, 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 we can change the contract. Waiting until the next project, no. Rejecting the request, no. Whenever the request will come, you have to evaluate the request whether the request will add value. If yes, then we can change. So first one is the correct answer. And again, I will highly recommend, in the actual PMP exam, you have to read the question very slowly and carefully. Question number 5 is what is the primary reason Agile favors customer collaboration? Why we need customer collaboration? To remove contracts? No. To decrease development cost? No. To improve alignment with customer needs, or to remove project manager? No. This is the best choice. Why we why the Agile favors customer collaboration? To improve alignment with the customer needs, because we want to know what are the customer needs or expectation. According to that, we have to make our product. Question number 6 is which example best exemplifies balancing both side of the agile value? Both means left or right. Removing planning session? No. Avoiding customer meeting? No. Keeping useful documentation while prioritizing working software? This is the best choice, because this is left side and this is the right side, but the wording is different. Keeping useful documentation while prioritizing, so this is the best answer. Question number 7 is which act best supports customer collaboration over contract negotiation? Customer collaboration, we have to satisfy the customer. So here is mentioning every discussion to legal teams, no. Regular product demonstration with stakeholders feedback, this is the best choice. Awaiting customer meetings, finalizing requirement before development, no. Customer, we have to collaborate customer, because customer will provide us the feedback. On the basis of feedback, we will improve our software. Question number 8 is which agile value is most directly connected to maximizing delivered business values? Right, agile value. Individual and interaction over processing and tools, responding to change over following a plan, customer collaboration over contract negotiation, or working software over comprehensive documentation. See, maximizing delivered business value, this one. This is also important again, but our focus is to maximize, to add value in the product, that is the working software. Last question is which agile value is most correct? Normally this type of question will come in your exam. Individuals and interactions over following a plan, responding to change. See, individual and interaction, if you know very well what is this part is, this should be individual and interactions over processes and tools, so this is wrong. Responding to change over following a plan, customer collaboration over tools and processes, no. Customer collaboration, working software over following a plan, no. Working software over comprehensive documentation, so B is the correct answer, because both sides are okay. So I hope these 4 agile values are clear to you. If you have any question, please do not hesitate to ask me. Subscribe to my channel. Thanks for watching and see you in the next video.